Hello out there in the world of crypto. Today we're going to bring you from the jungle the Helium news and updates. Let's look at Helium's holding around lower $21 still. And there are a few things out there. The Cotex miner, some announcements came out from Helium. What's going to happen to the Cotex miner? Wish I'd have bought one last time. I held off because rumors from other YouTubers out there were saying, they're going to ban them, they're going to ban them. So you really got to get your facts together, YouTubers, please. One thing that frustrates me about YouTubers looking for just hits and people to come on board. I like Son of a Tech, who seems to be a straight shooter for the most part. And there's a few others out there too, but a lot of those guys out there that are actually pretty popular are just out there just trying to get hits. Let's talk about the truth about things in the Helium world today a little bit, briefly. Now we're coming to you today. It's a Monday, not a Tuesday. Normally our Helium news is on Tuesday. Today we're going to bring you the news because we're taking off tonight to go to a big convention, if you will, a seminar on Helium. I should say IHUB Global. So we'll be heading out tonight to the States to attend that in the upcoming days. So stay tuned. Let's talk about what's going on in the Helium world and how it's going to affect all of us in the Helium world. Okay, so let's talk some about the Helium world today. Where are we at? Let's take a look at the computer. See what we got. We got our new little setup here now, the computer here right in the studio where I can actually see it better than my laptop. So we have better internet. We got that installed last week too. Helium, we're holding at 21.24. We're down a little bit from its peak at 22.40, but we're still not holding bad actually. And Helium, I think, showing good potential. I think we feel Helium Realtor has a lot of good potential in the future, being its positioning for it's kind of centralizing right now. Well, not kind of, it actually is centralizing more, but I think that's going to be necessary going forward with all the new regulations coming out. If you didn't catch our crypto news from this week and seeing all the new regulations coming out, what's rolling out and what's coming down the road, then you can try to check that out too on our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe. So take a moment right now. Check out other videos we have that talk in a little more detail about what's rolling out in the world as far as crypto. Subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you get our messages, our YouTubes when the videos when they come out each week on Helium. And we produce about 6 videos a week now. We're going to be producing how-tos and how to actually open your wallet Helium. That was produced last week. Those of you that are involved in IHUB Global that are really new to the market. Oh, just a little news, by the way. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we were the first to install Helium hotspot in the country of Ecuador. Now, we're trying to install our other ones, and we're waiting for more to come. I have a bunch of them to come down, and then somebody else also installed 6 of them right after we did. So there's a total of 7 hotspots now in the country of Ecuador. Ours was the first one, so it's kind of like sticking your flag in the moon. We can have that claim to fame. We should have got it in sooner, but we were backlogged on a lot of our orders. We'll talk about that today too. So, Helium, it's a stable coin. I'm not going to go into it today, but I look at Helium. We look at Helium as going forward. Remember, we're not financial advisors. We're sharing with you what we learn, our experience, etc. But we look at Helium going forward as a necessity, especially in their 5G. 5G infrastructure is so expensive. The governments really will find the temptation to actually side and align with Helium in their structures, in their hotspots they have established. It actually allows a better network to exist, especially for cellular and for Wi-Fi. As we know, in San Jose, California, is now implemented for Wi-Fi purposes, the Helium hotspots. Remember, the Helium functions on radio waves, lower radio waves, right? And the LoRa radio waves, which are a lower wave in the atmosphere as far as we're concerned. So in general, right, speaking, so it has less rules and laws. There are rules and laws about antennas and so forth, the gain and so forth and that. So the new implementation of software for Helium will go into place on the 18th. So next week, we're expecting that. So you'll see that instead of being able to actually witness 25 different witnesses, it'll be reduced down to 10. So you guys spread the wealth a little bit, which I think also helps reduce gaming. Kind of sad because, in some aspect, the people that strive the hardest, invest the most, should receive the most rewards. But in this game, we need the network to actually establish itself. So people aren't making money on this or they think they're going to make more money than they should. Like some people that I've seen touting, even with the iHub Global, we try to really be honest with it. We've been working on the numbers. It's actually very difficult, and I can, to the defense of people that are out there, especially in the Latin world, Spanish, talking about how much money you can make on your hotspots and so forth, iHub Global, and actually exaggerating numbers, because they're most of them are not even connected to what Helium actually is or what crypto is. This is kind of the first introduction to this whole world. They look at a hotspot that actually existed prior to the 6th of August, and prior to what's going to take place on the 18th of this month. So there'll be a reduction there. However, there's still good money to make there, which, to be honest with you, because what we don't want to have happen is people get disillusioned. Like what this new software is going to do is spread this wealth. Excuse me, I just ate a cookie and I was like, I'm salivating for another cookie here. It's good for the diet, right? Anyway, so to spread the wealth so that people don't get discouraged as well, one reason why, and keep their hotspots connected. We want that system to stay connected. We want that. I have messages come in. I apologize for that. I've got my phone here because it's something I want to read here. In fact, I'm going to jump to it right now so I can get rid of my phone. These are actually messages from people on the iHub Global that are actually asking for information. It's actually been very successful for us, and we look forward to the whole iHub Global experience. And on that note, we'll be leaving for the States tonight. Spend a little time with my family, and drive around a little bit, and end up in Vegas on the 6th of November for the iHub Global seminar, which will attend both the day and in the evening for the cocktail show, the cocktail party, so to speak, where we get to rub elbows with everybody and get to know everybody more. We'll be attending that as well. I'll be going with one of our partners here, one of our US-based partners, as well as I'm actually going to take my little girl along with me. She's 6, but she's introduced in the crypto world, and I want her to be able to start getting her feet wet in this future of hers. So she actually has her own currency holdings, and she actually has her own little miner. And so we're going to actually teach her how to become self-sufficient and how to provide for herself and not be reliant on any type of government agencies or anybody for that matter, but to be actually a person that's interdependent in the mundo, interdependent in the world, and is able to actually provide for herself. So there we go. Crypto news. Remember that there was a problem with the Cotex miner that was suspended. Excuse me. That was suspended here recently. And I'm bummed because miner, okay? Estoy en español or English? Okay, there we go. So the Cotex miner, if we look at the DB announcements on the Helium Discord, the Manufacturing Oversight Committee has voted to convert Cotex network suspension into 6-month probation period. On this probation, Cotex ability to onboard hotspots will be restored to allow existing orders to be fulfilled. So existing orders of the Cotex miner will be fulfilled. You know, I was sitting there when they went on sale here a few weeks back, and yet the announcement came out a few days beforehand that there were rumors out there from YouTubers that, oh, they're going to ban Cotex, et cetera, et cetera. Just clickbait stuff. And I didn't buy it. Because, well, I'm going to stand down. We've already had a bad experience with so many of our miners not coming in. I didn't buy it. What's taking place now is the ruling is that the previous orders will be allowed to be sent and be able to hook up Helium. But they will not be allowed to sell any more miners for a 6-month period, which to me almost seems a little bit suspicious with Helium. And I almost wonder, is it really that they're spanking them for this? And that's what good is that going to do? Because we're talking about a miner company here that sells you a miner, especially on, if you look at fast miners, where they're selling at, and they get to the miner soon after. You know, you don't have to wait a long period of time like you're doing with Bobcat or Rack or any of these other miners. This company was the one that was actually producing miners. I should say fast miners was. And Cotex was selling through the fast miners. So I have to wonder what politics is in there. Who is controlling or manipulating the group at Helium that's making these decisions? You have to wonder that. Now they're going to suspend them 6 months. So it makes it an even playing field now. So the Cotex can't run in front of Bobcat or Rack. And they're going to have to wait now that Bobcat and Rack actually meet the production, and they'll be in line with everybody else again now. So I almost wonder I don't know. I have suspicions there. You make the call, you do your homework, but there's a lot of politics, and that concerns me about Helium. That concerns me about what they're doing there. However, they did not ban them, so that's a good sign. They're not going to come in and ban miners because they hate for us to buy miners, then all of a sudden something happens to the manufacturer or the distributor, and they come in and ban us. And we can't use our miner, we lose our money. That would not be right either. The more decentralized they are, the better off they are. Unfortunately, I think Helium has to centralize to go forward. So let's go forward to the news here a little more. A few things. Helium's also made some other alliances coming up this week. I want to mention that the global market cap has hit the new high again at 2.6 trillion in all of crypto recently, which is good, showing a lot more enthusiasm. Let's look here, for example. Look here, you get Indonesia. You have a 575% increase of people interested in cryptocurrencies in the country of Indonesia. Indonesia, also is not exactly the freest of countries, with all due respect, but it's not. Chile, 700%, Argentina, over 300%. You have basically just under 3% population of each one of these countries that is involved with crypto. And therein lies part of the problem in the ignorance and lack of understanding, if you will, in the world of Helium and of crypto, is that only 3% of the world. And I think that's relative to a lot of countries. Maybe the US or Europe have a higher percentage of people that are more informed or involved with crypto. But you only have a 3 to 5% margin. If you average them all out, you're not going to pass 5% of the world that really understands or is invested in crypto. So it's relatively new. And if you haven't watch our video on the new regulations and so forth that are coming out. Okay. So let's go here now. I want to show you something that we're being offered. Those of you that were behind in rack or ordered your miners back in April in rack, or even in with CalChip, they've been offering well, they're trying to come clean. And CalChip and rack are kind of in the same bed together. All right. Don't think they're not. So what they did, they sent out the notice a couple weeks ago saying, hey, we'll give you a Sensei cap, but it's $1,000. Well, that we only paid like $450 for our rack miners. So we'll charge double the price. Well, okay, it's $949. A lot of us squabbled about it. Remember, we talked about it too. We said, that's not just, it's not right what you're doing, you're ripping us off. So let me read to you. Let me read to you here. We have this up. Let me read to you. All right. You're receiving this email because you have either selected to continue on or wait for the rack. We're like, yeah, we fill this paper out saying, yeah, we want to continue on getting our miners. We don't want our money back. We wait all this time. We want you to give us our miners. So, however, it says here, over the last several days, CalChip has heard legitimate concerns from the Helium community about the price of the seed replacement units, like we talked about. Unfortunately, as communicated on the 22nd of September, our cost to obtain these units were higher, and we do not have additional flexibility on price. Look, I don't think that they paid $700 a unit. I doubt that. So I'm not buying that at all. And then they're going to make $250 a unit. Actually, they shouldn't be making any more at all. They should just, whatever they paid it for, give it to us. And that's not what they're doing. They're making a profit off the original sale and making a profit off of this sale. So they're still making double the profit. We're only getting one miner. So it's still not just. They're going to try to fix it here a little bit. I'm still not happy with them. For customers who choose to swap to the seed Sensei unit, right? We're offering preferred free access to the next Freedom 5 wait list, the 5G. Okay. So meaning if you purchase a seed unit at $949 to replace an unfulfilled rack miner order, you'll have priority access in the next Freedom 5 wait list. Additionally, CalChip will cover the waitlist fee of $99 value. So basically, then you're paying $850 for the miner, and $100 will go, as you read later on, towards the new Freedom 5 miner. Alternative miner. Now, this one's kind of cool, but it's way overpriced. Alternative miner. The Fenestra miner, you get 25% off its MSRP, which is listed at about $1,000. CalChip is pleased to announce the launch of the Fenestra miner. These units are only available to our rack backlog customers. That's nice of you. But why didn't you give us the opportunity first to buy that gold rack miner you sold a few weeks ago? That'd have been nice. The Fenestra is not even real gold either, It's painted gold. The Fenestra has an MSRP of $999, $1,000. And we are pleased to be able to offer it to you for the discounted price of $749. 25% off the MSRP. Let's continue reading here. If you choose to replace your unfulfilled rack hotspot miner order with a seed unit, option 1 above, your replacement miner will ship once we've invoiced the difference, and you will gain access to join Freedom Fi waitlist for free. When it becomes available, the Freedom Fi waitlist is scheduled to reopen in weeks 43 on the 25th or 30th of October. So pay attention to that. 25th to the 30th, the Freedom Fi waitlist will reopen. That's for the 5Gs, right? This will be the first time the waitlist has opened since April 2021. We'll put you on the front of the line to purchase a Freedom Fi lower end 5G ready miner or Freedom Fi miner and indoor CBRS small cell bundle once available. Estimated ship time is 90 days after the order. Additionally, the $99 discount will also apply, you see here, to that order, making it the lowest price available anywhere. Well, if you choose the Finester miner, we'll invoice you the difference in price between your rack order and a discounted Finester price of $749. Okay. Then it goes on explaining more about the invoice processes and that you have to use the same credit card that you purchased the miners with originally. You have to use that same card. So if you have that card, for example, in our case, that particular card we have pretty much maxed out because we've been buying in other places and other equipment to try to get things in and get things up and running thanks to the delays. So what's going to take place then? Well, we've experimented. We went ahead and jumped on 2 of them, right? 1-to-1. We have 8 of them coming from them. That's all we had from them, which is 8 out of our 47. And so we experimented with 1-on-1 to see what's going to take place. So they credit your card 7 days after you, or I should say, they credit your card in 7 days after it reflects on your credit card, right? Then they're going to rebill you, and I guess that's what they got to do. They got to cancel one to redo the other, right? Because they're different companies, different manufacturers. So I want to know though is if your card's up high and it's going to be more money, where's that time frame? Do they charge it right away first? Or are they going to give you that time until they get credits back on your card, then they can charge it and you can have time to make that difference up. That we don't know yet. We're experimenting with that. We went ahead and did this on Friday. When it first came through, Friday or Saturday, when we first got the offer, we went ahead and did 1-on-1 to see what's going to happen. Because if you look at Rack, for example, and I think they'll come out with better offers. They get better all the time. So we're going to hold out a little bit too on a few of them. You look at Rack, for example. Rack is saying now that they're fulfilling orders. They're in like the 3,000s. Well, some of us bought it or in like 20,000, 30,000. Order number, invoice number, right? So they're saying that 3,000s, these are going to come in the first quarter of next year. And I bet you they come in towards the end, like March. That's going to be a whole year from ordering. What if you are in the 20 or 30,000s? You're looking at the end of next year. I'm sure they're going to pick things up, but you're looking at shipping problems in the U.S. You're looking at shortages worldwide on being able to manufacture raw materials. So I don't think you're going to get those anytime soon. So we thought, well, we got to take it in the shorts this time. For the amount of time we're going to take on and waiting for our miners to come in, we can get these miners and put them to work, and they'll actually, in a few months, pay the difference back than if we wait longer for the cheaper miners. So they got us. But I still think that CalChip and Rack, you're not being completely sincere. You're still getting twice the profit, and we're only getting once the purchase. And that's not right. It's not just. So we're still complaining. You're getting better, but you have to get a little better. Please, to make this market the way it should be. So, in closing, we're heading out to Las Vegas, Nevada, to go to the IHUB seminar, and we will be rubbing elbows with everybody there, chatting. If you have any questions for us to take with us, please write below, subscribe, hit the like button, send this out to other people. We want to get it out there. We believe in the Helium project. It just, it's part of a community. It's things we're going to be happy with, not happy with. Just got to make sure that we, the people, still have a strong enough voting block that we can sway and maintain control of Helium. I guess at the end of the day, we do. We're just going to unplug it if we don't like what they do. So remember that, Helium, we're the ones that plug you in. And we can unplug you if you don't take care of us too. We like the IHUB project. We're on board 100% IHUB project. Even though we have our own miners, we're on board with IHUB. Can't compete with them. And I think it's a good thing because it's a little more organized. Though I'm seeing people like in Ecuador, Now, because of IHUB, because there was no real knowledge of Helium here in Ecuador, none. And I find it hard to believe this person actually now, because IHUB's been out for about a month and a half, 2 months, would come out and just all of a sudden bring in 6 miners, Bobcats. What most likely took place, they got bought on eBay, heard about it all, started investigating for themselves what it was, saw if they can make themselves, or they bought their own miners, and invested a little money and got the miners. They flew the States, picked them up, and brought them back. Or now you got packaging you can send down. What's the downside of that is, before IHUB even gets started, you're going to have more miners, right? And so when they get started, you're going to have some next door to each other, which is not that big of a deal. It does reduce some of the what you can earn, but there are still ways around that. And you stay here with us on DeFi IoT Latin America, and we will explain to you how you get around that, how you can create your best earnings. And we have numbers that we developed, real numbers, because the IHUB numbers, the returns are very difficult to understand, with all due respect. They are difficult. They kind of mix things up a little bit. I mean, not intentionally, I don't think, but they are difficult to structure and understand. And as I break it down, I still would like to see IHUB do something a little bit better on that, as far as the one miner person making a little bit better profit. Because at the end of the day, we have to have somebody who only has one miner. One person's got to be last of it all. And it's not very motivational to only make $60 to $80 on a miner in your house. Some people do it. But if they can make $150, it's more motivational. So I'd like to see IHUB do that, at least to fix that part. And I think we could spread this program even greater, and not just spread it. That's easy to do because you see if people fabricating numbers, which concerns me. What we need to do is connect it and leave it connected. Otherwise, Helium collapses. And that's very important. So please educate yourselves. Don't just take our word for it. Seek for yourself information. All right, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, send us a message. What do you think? Are we being too hard on some of these affiliates of ours in the Helium world? And please hit the bell so that when we send a message out, you can listen to us. We're trying to seek out the truth on all things. We're not financial advisors. We do our best to spend a lot of hours seeking out and bringing you through our experiences and what we learn. All right. One last thing, a heat of warning. You know, a lot of people tout the Metamask wallet. We and other people, in fact, we just had today another hacker in Metamask wallet that went into and stole one of our partners' accounts in Action Infinity. We had problems with the Deeper network. We became very discouraged in Deeper network. We got no help at all. Deeper made it very difficult to stake and so forth. And we're investing deeply in Deeper. And a hacker during that time also went in through Metamask and took everything from 100% from our wallet. Just had that happen again on Metamask. We are not pro Metamask. I don't know why so many people tout Metamask wallet. There's a lot of hackers in Metamask wallet or around Metamask wallet. And we just beware. We do not recommend here at DeFi at Latin America to use Metamask wallet. We've had no problems actually with other wallets, especially decentralized wallets. But Metamask, we just had a problem right now. We have one of our partners right now who's not very happy about the matter. And he found his characters, these little axes, but they're in somebody else's team. They were just hacked and stolen. So be careful on Axie Infinity, and be careful especially on anything to do with Metamask. DeFi IoT Latin America. Please stay with us. We'll bring you what happens to us and what the real world is, because we don't get paid by nobody. We're not promoting anybody. We're not affiliated with anybody. We are alone supporting ourselves in this YouTube channel. Stay with us.